Welcome back to the channel where mediocrity happens in the building. I'm talking about 3i Atlas for you, for my viewers. I know there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of just chaos and speculation, but essentially a lot of people are making videos to clickbait you into watching their video, which is absolutely straight garbage. Honestly, I had to watch quite a few of those trash videos to be able to come up with all the stuff that you're looking for, the stuff that you want to know about. And so essentially it's a whole lot of information. A very important thing happened recently in astronomy and in science. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of misinformation, a lot of just speculation, a lot of weird stuff, man. So we're gonna cover a lot of that. It was just like the most entertaining parts of it. I'm not gonna bore you with a bunch of nonsense. You came here for the truth. We are truth seekers here, okay? And so in an attempt to seek truth, 3i Atlas, the third interstellar object that's entered our solar system, just passed over Mars, right? This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Every telescope and camera should have been trained on and locked on and in to be able to record it passing by Mars. We have a window of opportunity. Outside of that window, our sun will block our view of it because our sun will be so bright it will prevent us from being able to observe it further once it passes past Mars. So this is a once-in-a-life opportunity for NASA, for Chinese, everybody, right? During the critical observation window, NASA's live feed suddenly cuts off. It suddenly cuts off, bro. So I was watching the video about it, thorough, and I was like, no way. It's absolutely insane. No way this is possible. And so I had to fact check this, right? Like I could use chat, I use Grok, whatever the case, I use both. And both of them tell me that the NASA feed observing 3i Atlas as it crosses past Mars, it cuts off. And the speculation is basically that it cut off because of the government shutdown, the US government shutdown. Is this a cover-up or is this a coincidence? Cover-up or coincidence, man? I think it's a cover-up. And I'll tell you why, because I have tons of other information in this video to indicate that it's a cover-up. We have a privatized, independent astronomer in my video that has recorded with this own telescope, 3i Atlas. And there's some speculation that China also knows because they were recording it too, but they would not release the information to the public. And then later on, after the fact, some information got leaked about China's observation of it. The United States government is still shut down because of the government shutdown, because they have to pass bills. The Democrats and the Republicans have to pass a bill through Congress. And so now they need to work out a deal for budgeting and money allocation to open up the government. So right now it's still shut down. Apparently there was a critical update that was supposed to happen with the recording devices that were recording 3i Atlas as it passed by Mars. It didn't happen because of the government shutdown. Absolutely insane. All right, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, ladies and gents. This is ChatGPT. So I wrote in here, I typed up just right now, did the feed to watch 3i Atlas really shut off as it passed by Mars because of the government shutdown? Let's see what it has to say. Good question. There's not strong evidence that a feed was intentionally shut off because of a government shutdown, but the shutdown could be part of the explanation for delays in data release. Let me walk you through what's known and how plausible the shutdown caused the cutoff claim is. Chat is always on something, man. That's why, you know what? I gotta use Grok. The object 3i Atlas recently passed near Mars, and various spacecraft, including Mars orbiters, have been pointed at it to collect images. Why am I having a struggle fest trying to read this?
Good question. There's not strong evidence that a feed was intentionally shut off just because of a government shutdown. But the shutdown could be part of the explanation for delays in data release. Let me walk you through what's known and how plausible the shutdown caused the cutoff claim is. What we do know so far, the object 3 Atlas recently passed near Mars, and various spacecraft, including Mars orbiters, have been pointed at it to collect images. Facebook. The US is experiencing partial government shutdown, which has affected NASA's public-facing operations, communications, website updates, press releases, in some cases. New York Post. Some media reports say that the release of images from NASA's Mars missions, e.g. HiRISE, MAVEN, has been delayed or halted in public channels, allegedly due to the shutdown. New York Post. But scientific operations in space, such as spacecraft that are already in orbit, on missions, etc., are often considered high priority or essential tasks that can continue through funding lapses or staff furloughs, though maybe in a reduced capacity, in many government agencies.
All right. Well, chat is full of shit, and also is our U.S. government. They're also lying to us. They've lied to us about everything, bro. Like, everything, like, from 9/11 all the way to, you know, the war in Gaza. They are just big fat liars, bro. The Epstein files, released those. And so basically it shut down because of priorities. It shut down because of, I heard it was an update. It shut down for whatever the case. This is the prime opportunity, bro. Everybody been watching, looking at 3i Atlas. It recently passed near Mars, and various spacecraft, including Mars orbiters, have been pointing at it to collect images. And literally, they all turned off because of the government shutdown. And I mean, I think I'm gonna abandon chat, because ChatGPT, since the update, is actually kind of trash. And time again, Grok has actually been beating it out because it's been more accurate. It's been more, I don't know, man. It's just been better, man. It's been better. Yes, the public feed, the broader NASA communications for observing the interstellar object 3i Atlas during its closest approach to Mars on October 3, 2025 was effectively shut off due to the U.S. government shutdown that began on October 1st, 2025. See, that's what I'm talking about. Grok, there you go. See, chat was on some BS. This shutdown furloughed over 15,000 NASA employees, pausing public data pipelines, and halted updates to NASA's websites and raw image portals, including those from Mars missions like Perseverance and the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO. As a result, no official NASA live stream or real-time image releases occurred during the flyby, fueling speculation and amateur efforts to fill the gap. Bam! Thank you, Grok. I don't even have an account, but I'm about to ditch ChatGPT. So that's that. I'm having performance anxiety, so bear with me, man. I'm gonna try to make this video as comprehensive as possible. And hopefully I'm not wasting too much time just even on this beginning part just to get you in here. But so during the critical observation window, NASA's live feed suddenly cut off. Yeah. Okay. The feed went dark, which is absolutely insane. Government cover up. And so yeah, there you go. I got you with the most, you know, the latest and greatest. So the shutdown halted NASA's updates and data syncing. No new updates and uploads from the MRO after October 2nd. That's NASA's Reconnaissance Orbiter. Sorry, my bad. Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Oh man, I had a few drinks last night, so I'm barely hanging on, man. I'm hanging on by a thread. Now, sure, they tell us not to speculate, but it's strange timing, right? It is strange timing. The feed went dark exactly when this historic event was happening. Government shutdown or intentional blackout. You decide. It feels like something that they didn't want the public to see, at least not yet. Avi Loeb, the Harvard astronomer, astrophysicist, who's been leading the 3i Atlas conversation, just dropped a new statement. And that's what I'll talk about next. So, Avi Loeb ended up publishing this paper on the medium.com. Avi Loeb. So this is his account right here. Avi Loeb right here. Big Avi. So he ended up posting this 5 days ago, man. He posted this 5 days ago. And interpretation of the strip in the new image from the Perseverance rover camera. Nah. So basically, Big Avi Loeb says this. On October 4th, 2025, at the mean local solar time of 2100 on Mars, the right navigation camera on board NASA's Mars Perseverance rover took an image. This was claimed on social media to be an image of the interstellar object 3i Atlas in the Martian sky. At that time, 3i Atlas was at a distance of about 38 million kilometers from Mars. The image showed shows an elongated strip, which is about 4 times longer than it is wide. This strip raised questions on social media as to whether 3i Atlas is a large cylindrical object. I was asked for my opinion about this puzzling image by Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, and so I immediately worked out the following numbers. The nav cam on the Perseverance rover has sensitivity to visible light with an angular resolution of 0.33 milli per pixel, as detailed here. This translated as to a spatial scale of about 12,500 kilometers at the distance of 3i Atlas from Mars when the image was taken. This scale assesses the width of the elongated strip in the navcam image of 3i Atlas. Thus, the projected length of the strip is about 50,000 kilometers. The upper bound on the diameter of 3i Atlas was derived by the Sphinx Space Observatory, reported here as 46 kilometers. Alright, so if 3i Atlas was a cylinder as long as 50,000 kilometers, then it would have occupied an angular size of 23 arc seconds in the Hubble Space Telescope image taken on July 21st. So it looks like a cylinder, right? This is the image of it. But you know what this is? This is a long exposure. This is long exposure. So when you take, so for instance, this big Avi lobe right there. Over the past 2 days, 3i Atlas must have shared the experience of a movie star with lots of cameras from 7 Mars orbiters and a ground-based rover taking snapshots of it as it passed across the Martian sky. The highest resolution image was taken by the HiRISE camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. HiRISE has an angular resolution that translated to 30 kilometers per pixel on October 3rd. The brightest pixel in the HiRISE image will provide the best constraint yet on the area of 3i Atlas. We are all hoping that the HiRISE team will release their images as soon as possible. Long exposure, bro. Like, let me see. Do you know what long exposure is? So basically, this 3i Atlas isn't cylindrical at all. It's just basically because it's in motion, and it makes it look like a streak. Because you're gonna take basically, how the fuck do I explain that shit, bro?
And I was like, why is that familiar? Why does it look like that? And it reminded me of the picture on NASA website. It reminded me of this picture here. And I've got it here. So this is the 3i Atlas. And these are stars. And again, with the long, let's just call it long exposure. Instead of stacking the
That's it.
Let's call it long exposure. Because of the long exposure, these are actually stars, right?
So yeah, you stack a bunch of images on top of each other and it makes it look longer, bro. Like it's like a long exposure. So these are pictures of literally, it's a camera in motion taking pictures of something that's in motion. The camera's in motion because it's taking pictures of something that's in motion, which is 3i Atlas. And as a result, everything in the backdrop is gonna have a long exposure. So it's gonna be like many still images of those objects in the background, because the camera's fixated on the single point, which is 3i Atlas. So, in reverse, 3i Atlas was in motion while the camera was sitting still, and it was like rapid fire. Bah, 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 bah. Took a bunch of pictures of this thing, of the single point in the sky, as 3i Atlas went past, and it created a long exposure, basically. Man, does that make sense? Does that make sense, man? I don't know, bro.
And the camera at that moment in time was tracking the 3i Atlas. So hence why the 3i Atlas is not like a long streak, but the stars are. So the camera's like that, tracking. The stars are moving around it, but the 3i Atlas is stationary. Hence why you've got these here, okay? So I just thought I'd throw that in there anyway. So that's that.
Yeah. So yes, that's long exposure for you. I watched this earlier and he tried to, basically, man, my whole point is that it's not a cylinder. People are thinking, oh, it's a cylinder. That makes it a spacecraft, bro. No, it's long exposure. That's how they had to capture it, based off the technology off of this rover that's sitting on top of Mars. Essentially, that's what they had to use because basically the government shut down. So that's the best we can do with that, right? Wrong. We don't need the government because they're liars. Okay. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. 3-Eye Atlas. Okay. 3-Eye Atlas, man. Alrighty then, I think we're back here. So yeah, essentially, I'm gonna struggle through this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Really, so the privatized astronomer that actually took his own equipment, he built this huge, massive telescope. I think this is it. This is the guy, Dobsonian power. Dobsonian, bro. I am struggling with reading. Oh my god. Put my head through a wall. Dobsonian power. Okay. So he's magnificent. He's wonderful. Subscribe. Check this guy out. So he ended up doing a whole live stream, and basically, yeah, his whole live stream is pretty sick because it talks about 3-Eye Atlas, and he records it, and he does all this stuff with his own technology. This dude's like some type of Albert Einstein kind of cat, and impressive work on his end. And so, yeah, this is the fella here. What a fella. And to debunk that oblong object we were referring to, it is not oblong in shape, but it is of an unusual shape.
This is strange. Take a look.
The second day, I said, this is an artifact, for sure. I will clean this today, and I thought I will clean this, will disappear, and today, I will show them, well, it was an artifact. But everybody from the mainstream, he said to the people that was posting the PG, he said it was an artifact, it's not an alien. And people just don't care.
And so just to recap there, the first day he produced this image, right? He publicly said to people, it's an artifact. So you got one half of the community saying, oh my God, look at the shape of this thing. Oh my God, this is absolutely crazy. And then the other people say, well, no, hang on a second. He says it's an artifact. Shut up. Don't listen to them. It's an artifact. But now this is the following day when he's tried to find this anomaly, find this artifact, get rid of it, clear it, whatever. He's found out that it's not.
Today I'm watching this and I don't know, man. I don't know what to say to you. Because it's cleaner. The image, it's cleaner. Because I cleaned it. I cleaned.
When he talks about cleaning it, basically he's enhancing the image, basically getting out imperfections and stuff, so you can make the image or the images clearer or more concise to what we're actually depicted in reality. He's cleaning the image. Okay.
That object is like this. I cleaned this. I unscrew.
And yeah. And also as well as he's clean. Oh my God. He cleaned his instruments. He cleaned his telescope. And so this isn't particles. This isn't dust. He's going to describe what he cleaned. He ended up cleaning the whole thing. And basically, so it's irrefutable information, evidence of the shape. It's not a dust particle or a piece of debris inside of his telescope.
I cleaned inside, both sides. I took this part at the top. I cleaned. I took the diagonal, which is something that I have there, like this. It does a diagonal with mirror inside and some crazy stuff, lens. I was there carefully cleaning. I put that in the diagonal and I cleaned all of that. I put this in the bottom of the telescope tube that was without anything. And I tried to clean everything with this pressure. I cleaned the top of it. And I cleaned the camera.
Yeah. All clean.
The sensor, everything.
Yeah, man.
I just didn't open the camera, all the camera, to go inside, because when we open, it can grab more dust, and it.
Yeah, and so basically the sensors was most important, because the sensors was going to pick up on the object and be able to help clean that. So it's going to capture it. So the lenses and stuff are observing it, but the image that's getting captured is through the sensor, and so. That's kind of the part where it's like most important, but it's actually super hard to get to, and often they're nearly perfect, pristine, because there's so many layers preventing dust particles and debris from coming into the sensor area of a telescope, as far as cameras go as well.
was clean, man. I will show
Now, knowing a stream here, it goes on for 2.5 hours, so I suggest you go and check it out, right?
Yeah, that stream goes in 2.5 hours. It's like he said, that stream was actually 2.5 hours, but I think he's consolidated most of the information into a 3-minute video. So basically, over that stream, the duration of 2.5 hours, there was so much information, just footage and observation, but the most important pieces have been consolidated into a 3-minute video. It looks like in 3i Atlas capture from home, right? This guy. So visit his channel. My 50 subscribers to check out the original stuff, but
with this tail here. It has a tail. Some people were saying that it looks like that fish. You know.
He's picked out a tail on this thing. Now, in a second, he's going to enhance it. Has this comet thing got a tail?
What's the name in English? Let me check.
man.
Ray? Could it be the ray?
Stingray.
A stingray tail? Really? It's in the shape of a stingray? I mean, realistically, it is almost. It looks like a stingray. Is that the tail of it? That's the whole planet of Mars, right? What are
Can
we
you
doing
zoom?
here,
Yes,
man?
I will. Let me just first get an overall picture and balance this.
He's got to clean it up, man. He's got to clean it up. He's got to enhance things. He has to do alterations,
Man, but yesterday,
contrast.
and I cleaned everything.
That's it.
You can see the tail here.
You know what it looks like to me? Maybe the angels from the book of Enoch. The book of
I'll
Ezekiel.
pull the picture. I think it was more here, no? And we had another artifact here that disappeared. I cleaned everything. I think we noticed more a cleaner. Man, don't tell me that. Hold on, let me pull the picture.
So he's picked out, which you can see here, like a tail of some sort, maybe.
So maybe look at this. I mean, unless it's a piece of dust. But so we got. I'm gonna show you some more footage, bro. It's gonna tie it all together. So just be patient because, like I said, for me to make this video, it feels I'm feeling a little overwhelmed because there's so much data and points and pieces and tidbits of information to connect it all. It's like college work, almost a college exam or something like that.
I mean,
But this is the tail right here, bro. See that tail? Ugh. You're gonna see it real clear when I really get back to it.
you know, you could sort of say that this is a tail. You could sort of say that that's a tail, you know?
Yeah.
And he does zoom in and enhance it a little bit more. And I've got to be honest with you, it does look like a tail. The next part is very strange. Because what he's doing now, he's thinking, hang on a second, this was over here yesterday. He was thinking it was in a different location.
Oh my god. And I got more. Oh my god. I can't wait to show you, bro.
And this just brings me on to the other theory, or the other idea that people have been going on the internet saying that
Literally, I have video. Well, so I have information that this thing is moving, is stopping, is going, is speeding up. It's all this different stuff. So we're gonna go. Just stick around, bro. Continue to watch because this thing, it gets a little crazier. This isn't it. This isn't the final conclusion. Like, watch to the end because I'm going to give you a huge dump of information at the end. We're taking it slow. We're working our way in it. We're going to eventually get to where all the information just explodes all together. Wow, different angles, different fucking shots, you know, fucking this way, that way, fucking coming all at you in different angles, bro.
the 3i Atlas has stopped. Reports are that the 3i Atlas has stopped near Mars.
It could be the same position.
So he's realized that
Look at that tail.
it's the same position.
Same spot. Okay.
It's the same position. It's not moved. But what has moved is the angle of this. This arrow with the tail is pointing this way.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. See, the tail was pointing down diagonal, so it stopped. Now the tail is pointing. So, for instance, it's pointing literally. So if we go north, south, east, west, it was pointing more southwest. Now it's pointing west, north, northwest, a little bit north, but mostly west. The angle has changed. When we enhance this, I got video footage of this image here, enhanced, completely enhanced. I can't wait to show you. Just stick around to the end. The anticipation
this one's
is killing me.
Upwards more, so it's actually rotated.
Upwards more? No, bro. I see the
It's pointing
point that way. Yeah, right.
today.
That way, and this is pointing that way.
You see, that looks like it has a tail here or
Yes.
something. But this was the other day.
Come on, NASA. NASA, you failed us.
We'll wait, because this is doing its job.
See? Huh?
Thank you.
So you can see why people have been talking about how this 3i Atlas stopped. Now, it is strange that what he's picking up, he's claimed to be the 3i Atlas. I mean, I don't know, right?
No. I think there's more information. So I have more information. So I'm gonna give you more information to be able to confirm this 3i Atlas. Essentially, that's it, bro. That's it. Because we got China on board with this. We got China observatory and satellites and imagery, and they didn't stop recording. They didn't have a government shutdown. The United States NASA National Space Station basically had a shutdown. So, but all these other countries didn't, you know? And so, which is just you wait. Okay, so where do I go from here?
I'm assuming somebody with a big ass telescope like that knows what he's looking at in the sky. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
However, I'm about to buy a telescope, like a effing great big telescope, size of this. I'm gonna.
Yeah, if you give me some more subscribers, bro, I will go buy me a telescope. Give me some more subscribers so I can get it monetized. I need 1,000 subscribers. I've already reached the view count, but then per 1,000 views, I'll be able to get monetized. So that's something I would like. That'd be nice, and I'll give me the telescope, and we can go look at. I can go use a UAP whistle, blow that UAP whistle, and get some UAPs to show up, and I'll take my telescope and bam, hit him with that telescope. Bam, 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 hit him with that. Capture that footage real quick, put it on my channel route, and bro, that's over. Now this will be the sender, the hub for UAPs. Wouldn't you want that for me? And you would want that for you too, because you get to experience that on my channel, because you can come here and watch it. Like, wouldn't that be tight? I think you should. I think you deserve that, right? I think you deserve that.
In the front back garden. I ain't got a bloody clue.
All right, so yeah, so it's we may revisit this video. It's just yeah, I have better footage. So we're gonna dive right in, bro. 3i Atlas. So check this out. This guy here, essentially, what's his name? Sitin Boers Kurt. I don't know, bro. Anyway, we're gonna watch this video. I'm gonna get back to what I know is the most insane pieces and puzzles and stuff, and we're gonna connect it all together. I think you should just jump to conclusions, bro. Jump to conclusions. No illusions, jump to conclusions, man. So ESA finally speaks on 3i Atlas interstellar object on its way to us. ESA, what the heck is ESA? What is, sorry, I'm using chat again. Chat is so trash. Oh, sorry. What is SA per space? Man. ESA is in the context of space refers to the European Space Agency. The European Space Agency. Okay. So the European Space Agency finally got back to us. And so here, check it out.
The European Space Agency might have just showed us something they weren't supposed to. Since the US government conveniently shut down just days before the Mars flyby of 3i Atlas and told us they're not going to give us updates on it anymore, the good old ESA released this video just a few days after it flew by Mars, using their ExoMars trace gas orbiter. And just watch what happens when we zoom it in. No video enhancements applied whatsoever. Is anyone else seeing what I'm seeing? Surely this is just a photography lighting
What do you
glitch,
see?
right? And like, where is China in all this? They do have an active orbiter around Mars, the Tianwen-1. Wouldn't this be just like the best opportunity for them to flex on us, showing us the clearest photos of 3i Atlas yet?
Right.
But no, radio silence from the CNSA, China's national...
So actually there was radio silence of China, and basically eventually China came out, and it was kind of like very delayed. It was like, you could have did better than this. Come on, China. You're supposed to be the superpower of the world. I don't know, maybe at this point, right? And so they eventually say something, but I'll get to that video. You'll see that too, of China coming out talking about that.
Space Administration. So they either
Talking about 3i Atlas, sorry.
somehow didn't take the photo on time, or they did, saw what it was, and didn't want to show anyone else. And still other online detectives pulled this image from NASA's official Mars Perseverance rover's online public library, dated Seoul 1643, October 4th, 2025, the exact time that 3i Atlas flew by. NASA, of course, hasn't commented on this yet, and some are saying it might just be Mars's moon Phobos caught in motion, which ironically is Greek for fear. The year
Long exposure. See, this is more long exposure right here. So, right, whatever camera that was focused on 3i Atlas, the stars in the background have created long exposure. Basically, a bunch of images of the same thing as it goes in motion will create this long exposure, stretching the image out. We talked about that, man. Hopefully you understand, because it's hard for me to explain, like most things, right? And so, yeah. You want to watch that again, because I did talk over it a little bit, but hopefully you get the point, right? All right. So now China's warning about 3i Atlas. Why NASA still silent? Government shut down. Government shut down. Yeah, right.
China just broke ranks with NASA and issued an official warning about 3i/ATL, and what they revealed about this mysterious object has completely shattered the narrative NASA's been feeding us for months. This wasn't a diplomatic statement or scientific debate. China's space program just publicly declared that Atlas is exhibiting capabilities NASA keeps denying exist. They released tracking data showing impossible maneuvers. They shared observations of technology that shouldn't be there. And they warned the world to prepare for something NASA insists won't happen. But here's what makes this absolutely explosive. Within hours, Russia backed China's warning, then India, then Japan. One by one, space agencies across the globe started supporting China's assessment, while NASA maintains complete radio silence. Either the entire international space community is participating in mass delusion about Atlas's capabilities, or NASA has been lying to us. And based on what China just revealed, it's becoming very clear which scenario is true. Before we expose what China discovered that NASA won't acknowledge, hit that subscribe button and drop a like.
Okay, yeah, well, that's it. He's kind of baiting you into hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, whatever the case may be. But like, now this next part is, it took us a while to get to we're going to get to the China part.
Because what you're about to learn about Atlas changes everything.
Come on.
The geopolitical space race just revealed something both superpowers have been tracking.
What?
The difference? China decided the world deserves to know.
Okay.
NASA decided we should stay in the dark. Let's get straight to what China observed about Atlas, because their findings are absolutely mind-blowing and completely contradict everything NASA has told us. China's deep space tracking network captured Atlas performing maneuvers that should be...
That's it. It's almost kind of like I want to kind of be able to see if, like, China's NASA program actually did capture maneuvers and behaviors from 3i Atlas that essentially NASA's trying to cover up. Because I think that's the case. I think that actually China would expose it. I think China, I don't know, about China, because actually China will kind of, silence its own people, but
physically impossible for a natural object. Over a 48-hour observation period, Atlas decelerated by 5,000 miles per hour, held a stable position in space for 6 hours, then accelerated back to its original velocity.
And that would make sense based off of how you saw the tail of 3i Atlas rotate off that previous video by that independent astronomer, and how it rotated. So basically it was literally sitting there in stationary in a single point in a single location, and the time lapse, that lapse of time and how it didn't move, essentially would indicate this to be true, right?
about what that means. Comets don't hit the brakes, asteroids don't pause mid-flight. Natural space objects follow predictable paths determined by gravity and momentum. Atlas is actively controlling its movement like a spacecraft navigating through our solar system. A propulsion expert analyzing China's data made it simple. What they documented is powered flight. No question about it. The acceleration profiles, the velocity changes, the ability to maintain station keeping, all of this requires engines. Advanced engines using technology we can barely comprehend, but the propulsion capabilities are just the beginning. China's radio telescope arrays detected something even more extraordinary about Atlas. It's broadcasting complex signals that China just broke.
Okay, all right. Well, I kind of want to look that up, man. Has China given any information? I'm on Grok. I think, yeah, I'm on Grok. Okay, about 3i Atlas. They had to be observed. They gotta care, right? They gotta care. I want you to think harder, man. Think harder. Oh, think harder. Grok 4? It's a beta? You're a beta. Okay, China's observation of 3i Atlas. Yes, China's space agency has contributed to the Interstellar or international observation efforts for the interstellar object or comet 3i Atlas. It says primarily, though, it's Tier 1 Mars orbiter, which includes the moderate resolution imaging camera. However, as of October 11th, no official high resolution images or detailed data released from CNSA have been publicly confirmed. Here's a breakdown based on available reports. How about 3 stopping and moving and doing weird things around Mars? This is gonna be a long video, bro. The idea that interstellar comet 3i Atlas stopped, hovered, or exhibited weird movements during its October 3rd flyby of Mars has exploded online, especially on X, formerly Twitter, amid the US government shutdown impact on NASA data releases. These claims often tie into broader speculation about artificial origins, alien tech, or cover-ups. However, based on available official data from ESA and preliminary analysis, there's no confirmed evidence of such behavior. Of course there wouldn't be. Tell us the truth, government, please. We need the truth. I hate it here. I hate liars, bro. Tell me the truth. So China, yeah, that's kind of it, man. I mean, I guess apparently it did a bunch of erratic movements. I mean, the second half of the video is, gosh. Because guess what? The first half was essentially trying to get you to subscribe and hit the like button. So it almost messes up whether or not that video is legit or not. But I'm not trying to make this video super long, man. But dang.
We did get one report that as 3i Atlas gets closer now to the sun, telescopes here on Earth are picking up other objects flying alongside it. Is that accurate?
Well, there are always objects. The question is whether we see unusual activity. And in fact, I tasked my research team at the Galileo project to monitor the sky for any unusual activity, because it's possible that if it's a alien probe, that in fact it would release some mini probes that will visit the planets.
Yeah.
You know, we should not assume anything. It's a blind date, and we should watch the other side, you know, just in case there is a serial killer there.
We did get
don't assume anything. Come on. What are we talking about here, man? 3i Atlas. So essentially, oh my god, I keep getting back to this guy's video. But we got a lot to talk about, because we did that. We did China. I'll get to this video last. Here, bro.
We just got our first official images of 3i Atlas as it flies by Mars.
You seen that
from ESA, the
earlier
European
in my video.
Space Agency. You heard it right, not NASA, who've conveniently shut down operations due to mass governmental furloughs. Now, just to be clear, the viral image from a couple of days ago is not 3i Atlas. That is a long exposure photo of Phobos, Mars's moon. But this new video is official.
Really? Okay, yeah, that was speculation that it was Phobos, which is literally fear in us. Essentially, we went over that Ivy Lobe, whatever the case may be, if that was actually footage of from that rover that's on Mars, looking up into the sky, which seems nearly impossible. I don't think a rover on Earth could look up into the sky and take a bunch of pictures of a space station or a satellite. So logistically, that actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
ESA imagery of 3I Atlas. And here's the real anomaly about this video. Where is the tail? A normal comet flying past planets in the inner solar system usually shows a bright, visible tail. But 3I Atlas, despite its
watch it move off funny like that. Look at this. Watch this.
Massive size, barely shows any out.
Look at all the weird movement. It's moving weird. It's moving funny. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of this. It reminds me of angels according to the Bible. Look at this. Look at all this. Look at that. Come on, bro. Is it that? What are we talking about here? Oh. Yeah, it reminds me of that. Okay.
Gassing, just a faint glow around the coma. So how is a supposed normal comet, this huge, staying this quiet? We just got our first official images of 3I Atlas as it flies by.
Where is his tail? So this is where it, see, look, Mars, Atlas, Mars, Atlas, Mars, Atlas. Here, Earth. 3I Atlas is gonna go it's gonna keep going, boom, boom. We're gonna be blocked. We can't even view it, bro, from the sun, because the sun's gonna be in the way. The sun's super bright, right? Literally that's why you have daylight, right? Because the sun's bright, right? So as a result, right, we can't see 3I Atlas because it's too bright. It's like staring at an eclipse. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, remember that? Donald Trump staring, see, Donald dare a eclipse. He's looking at the eclipse. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, bro. We're trying to look at 3I Atlas and we're like, you know what I'm saying? We can't even see it. We're gonna have to need special glasses or something. So that's what I'm saying. We can't even look at 3I Atlas because the sun's so bright. So that's what we can be looking like. We can look, you know what I'm saying? Because it's too bright, bro. So that's it. I think I've drank too much Crown Royal. And to get back to it though, if you really want to know, 3I Atlas right here, man. So this is it. You know what? Here.
If you're following 3I Atlas, we just got our first image from a private astronomer.
Yeah, we did.
That has this amazing telescope, by the way, on YouTube. And he got an image of 3I Atlas as it was going across Mars. And it does not look like a comet. It does not.
Nah.
And then as he went on, this was on live stream, that he went over all of this. And he goes over all of the comets on his YouTube. And showed how different it is from other comets, obviously, because it looks like a freaking spaceship.
Yeah.
And this one right here, this is an AI rendering of the image, and this is the image that he got off his telescope.
And so that's the tail again. Back at the tail, man. The tail was pointing this way, then the tail was pointing that way. You remember earlier in the video, probably about 30 minutes or an hour ago, because this is a long video.
And then he was watching it, and he's like, it's not moving.
To see a draw here of the movement of 3I Atlas. Because it has to move. It has to move.
It's freaking parked. It's parked on Mars. And
it's not moving, bro. It was parked on Mars, bro. It was literally, the tail rotated, bro. Like a lapse of like 3 or 4 hours went by and literally no movement. The tail was just rotated. That was the only movement. But the location of the comet didn't move. And so
he said that's not normal. So he went ahead and scanned his telescope to another area to make sure it wasn't an artifact.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just 3I Atlas parked on Mars.
Exactly.
So we still have no updates from NASA. and we still have no other images for September and now October. Now, a lot of people were saying, oh, we
Government shut down, huh?
have other images. Of course we have other images. We have images from before, the blurry images from very, very far away. It's just now that it's here, we have no images. And
Yeah.
NASA is shut down. And
Right.
it seems to be parked on Mars. Sky has a crazy telescope. It's pretty cool. So you
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool, man.
Live streaming on it, so subscribe. It didn't move. However, it shifted, it rotated. Now, is that because he did actually open it up and clean the lens and all that sort of stuff? So whatever's in there maybe didn't get cleaned, but it did rotate slightly?
Man, no, it's impossible. That don't even make sense. Shut up.
Right? I don't know.
Nah.
But it's odd. Now, there has been somebody that's digitally enhanced using AI this image, and you can see what...
I just showed you that, so yeah, you saw that, right? You just saw that in the last couple seconds ago.
AI thinks that this comet would look like, all right? And it's here.
Yes, it's the infamous 3i Atlas, and it just seems like the closer it gets, the more unexplainable it becomes. You know, the interstellar object making its way towards us that professors and media...
This is video inception, like a video within a video, a review of a review within a review of within a review. Maybe he's gonna review a video of someone doing a review of a video, right? Like,
outlets are all insisting might be alien technology. Well, a literal YouTuber has taken probably the clearest photo of the object yet, somehow better than anything NASA has shown us so far. And let me tell you, this thing does not look like a comet.
I mean, AI's had to break some sweat to bring out that, right? Like, what's this tail bit all about, right? This is where it's decided to create the tail,
Right.
It looks as though. I'm not too sure. So, did the 3i Atlas stop? According to this YouTuber, it did. Was that actually the 3i?
yeah, according to this guy, not this guy, it stopped. Y'all want to see that? 30 more minutes of your life wasted on 3i Atlas? Come on, man, check it out. Here we go.
To capture this with this telescope today. It's
That's a
very
telescope,
powerful.
man.
According to SkyLive, it has 15.2 magnitude. That means,
Wow.
for the ones that don't know, magnitude is how we measure the brightness, so we can see if it's possible with a telescope, a certain instrument, to watch an object in the sky so distant. It's not the first time you can see comets, all captured here live with you. Live with you, the Tsuchinchan, for instance.
Yeah,
And
man,
much
this dude
more,
legit,
and much
bro.
more, Borelli. You see how a comet should look like. Summer brightness, this was a C2022 E3. Tsuchinchan again, all with this.
This is how comets look, you know, with the tail and all that. The 3i Atlas, does it have a tail?
Telescope, Churyumov.
Does it even have a tail anymore? We went over that, bro. Does it even have a tail anymore, bro? Like, come on, bro. Look at that.
We just got our first
Look at that. Where's the
official
tail at?
images of
Where's the
3i
tail?
Atlas as it flies by.
No tail. Shut up, stupid.
You can see that I love this and I know what I'm doing. Look at this one, the comet.
Yeah, he's showing his legitimacy. Like, this is legit. You too legit to quit.
Leonard with a cluster there of stars. I have the coordinates on Stellarium application here, but just in case I directly connected to NASA system so I can have the real pure in detail coordinates each minute.
Oh, he hacked into, not playing, he didn't hack, but he basically been using NASA to get the coordinates of each minute of 3i Atlas movement so he can be able to track it effectively and efficiently.
Wish me luck.
Preparing telescope.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a little star here, the companion.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the
Okay.
object. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a companion here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the object.
Nice.
The object is here.
He's tracking it. He's
Exactly
tracking it.
here. And look the
Right.
trail here. Look the trail. You see the trail here now? You see it's the object. We found it.
Bang. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, okay.
This is the object.
This dude kind of lit. Yeah, subscribe to this channel, man. You kind of lit. You kind of tired.
Bam!
I'm gonna go ahead and hit that. Bam.
You are watching real-time views with no BS, with no manipulation.
Yeah, no manipulation, man. So that's what he was recording it, bro. He legit. So he too legit to quit. Watch this dude.
He was looking at though. I'm guessing that he's been tracking that for a while with his telescope. Is that why NASA's feeds just stopped? There's so many questions, right? But then it doesn't explain how all of the other live feeds were watching this thing. So, it's up to you to decide. I'm just trying to show you what that really excited a lot of people. Okay, listen to this.
Now, conventional scientists say that it's just a comet. Of course they're going to say that. But it's doing things that comets just don't do.
Yep.
No comet we've ever seen. So what is it? Joining us now to answer that question, Harvard astrophysicist Dr. Avi Loeb, and member of the House Oversight Committee, and someone who took part in the UAP hearings just last month, Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett. Gentlemen, great to have you back on. Dr. Loeb, I want to start with you. October 3rd is an important date in this 3I Atlas saga. Why is today so important, and what are we now learning about this thing?
For a simple reason, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And we are about to get the highest resolution images of 3I Atlas when it comes within 29 million kilometers from Mars. There are several orbiters, one that was deployed by NASA around Mars, and it has a camera. This camera is called HiRISE that will be able to resolve 3I Atlas with a 30 kilometer per pixel resolution. So we will learn much more about it in the coming days, and hopefully the data will be out soon. You know, science is fun because we can learn from evidence. So far there are 7 anomalies of this unusual object. The size is very large. It's larger of all the size of Manhattan Island, about 1,000 times more massive than the previous interstellar comet, about 33 billion tons, at least that mass. There was a jet coming out of this object towards the sun. Unlike a cometary tail that usually goes away from the sun, there was an unusual chemical composition containing mostly nickel without iron. There was a polarization of light never seen before for comets, and the trajectory of 3I Atlas is aligned with the plane of the planets around the sun. The arrival time was fine-tuned to come very close to Mars today, and later to Jupiter and Venus. And you know, and also I noticed that the arrival direction of 3I Atlas was coincident with the direction from where we got the most powerful radio signal back in 1977 that was called the WOW signal, still unresolved.
From Sagittarius.
Now this is where the bombshell hits. Very soon.
And it comes from that direction, although we don't know the plane, but it comes from that direction in the solar system. So basically, Congressman, I know you just heard all of that. Dr. Loeb wrote the UN about this, saying this should be looked into. We're going to have the best pictures we've had yet from Mars of this thing, unless the government hides them from us, which they could.
Foreshadowing. Yeah, the government's going to hide them from us. No.
Have you been briefed on this, Congressman?
I have not. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons I admire so much Dr. Loeb is what he said. You know, we can learn from science. You know, he's not one of these arrogant jerks out there that looks down upon everybody else. He actually enjoys explaining it to folks like myself. He's a hero in this movement. And he's also a pretty brave guy because he takes some pretty tough stands with his scientific data.
Oh, yeah. I want to stop there because I need to back that up as well, what Tim said.
Yes. He's going to back it up. 1 second. Back it up. Gonna back it up. Big girl, gonna back it up. Gonna back it up.
Because there are so many people online saying that Avi Loeb suggesting that this is an alien craft, and you know he's the one responsible for. No, I have to back Avi Loeb up here because he's.
That's it, man. People are living in echo chambers. People live in their own thoughts and ideas and beliefs of what things are and that things are true are literally built in echo chambers where they can only feed off of what they perceive to be true, and any outside point of view will be crushed. It's literally almost like Japanese society, or essentially most society, as if, you know, if you are different than everyone else, if you have difference of opinions and difference of expression, everyone around you becomes a hammer and you're the nail, and so they hammer you down so you can get back in line, essentially conform to their beliefs and their ideas, instead of having the ability to freely think, come up with your own conclusions, process information, be analytical, and kind of dissect what we know to be true, or sorry, what they want you to think is true, to build your own conclusions. You know, your own individual expression of freedom of thought. Essentially, they're trying to control what you think and prevent you from thinking freely. Great Britain, UK, Vietnam, yeah.
Not saying that. He's thrown out the possibility and the thought process of, let's not rule it out. I'm not saying it is, let's not rule it out. Remember, he's classified this between 0 and 10, right? 10 being alien,
right.
0 being not. He's classified it as a 4. And he's not saying, oh, it could be an alien, it might not be an alien. He's saying that it's not got the specific normal characteristics of a comet. There's something else which is very strange, hence, you know, his 7 anomalies that he's been talking about.
But yeah, this is the kind of thing that we need to be briefed on. You got to wonder what our scientific community, NASA, and all the rest are doing right now. I realize there's a shutdown going on, but this is occurring before.
They're not doing anything, man. They're shut down. They're also like liars. How about that?
With a shutdown, and
and this thing is heading our direction, Congressman.
Yeah,
I just want to ask you about one other issue while I have you. Sorry to cut you off, sir. You received intelligence that suggests that there are perhaps deep water alien bases right now sitting on the ocean floor on this planet. Is that accurate?
I would say that's pretty accurate.
Can you go into more detail? How long have they been here? Where are they?
Well, I'm extrapolating all this with my East Tennessee vernacular. So we've got five or six deep water areas of our oceans. We actually know more about the surface of the moon than we do about these areas. And these are areas where we have a high frequency of UFO or UAP sightings. We've had naval folks told me, pretty high up, that they've actually tracked these things. Now, we have stuff that can go underwater probably 30 to 40 miles an hour, maybe something a little faster that the Chinese haven't stole from us yet. And we've tracked things big as a football field going 200 miles an hour. Now, I realize in the water you extrapolate that to knots and all that, but just for good old East Tennessee common sense, 200 miles an hour is something the size of a football field, and we don't know what it is. And these are in these areas. So, yeah, there's something going on there. And whether it's something that's been here for millennial or whatever, you know, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm kind of like Dr. Loeb. I love to study this kind of stuff. It's the scientific material there is he's the one that disclosed some things that were found that were extraterrestrial in our oceans. And, you know, he's brave enough, I believe, to come forward with those. So I'm looking forward to some more talks about this, but I think I've kicked the hornet's nest because it was just in a casual conversation with a blogger. And I discussed it. It wasn't in a classified setting, so I could talk about it. But I always remember the last thing this one high-ranking official told me as he left my office. He was right close to me as I am to my phone in my barn right now. And he said, Tim, they're real.
Dr. Loeb.
They are real. Hey, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Oh, my God. I think I need to take a shot after that one. All right. Oh, snap. I got chills, bro. I got chills. I literally live by the ocean. I should go scuba diving.
Today in the world of what the fuck, we've got, you know, the 3I Atlas comet / maybe some sort of spaceship / maybe some sort of alien weapon / Project Bluebeam. Well, yeah, here's a paper showing that apparently it has changed trajectory 4 times in like the last week. That does not sound like a comet. I could be mistaken. It's such a tough thing these days because it's not like, you know, NASA has been honest with us over the years. Who do you trust when it comes to this shit? I honestly don't know. In other super weird, fucked up news, check out this. According to Google Earth, there is a massive dome moving its way.
All kinds of dome. I can't wait till my girlfriend get into town. But yeah, a massive dome, man. A 2-mile wide dome is slowly crawling across the floor of the Northern Pacific Ocean.
Along the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. This thing's
2 miles, bro. Can you run 2 miles? Can you? You right there. Just imagine that, 2 miles.
2 miles wide. That's a fucking spaceship right there, man. Atlantis? Maybe?
Look at that. This is the path, bro. Tracking it. Boom. This boom. It's fucking crawling across the bottom of the ocean.
Whoever it is, do y'all got room in your dome for me? Maybe a couple others? Just asking. Just thought I'd inquire. Today in the
2 mile dome, bro, like 2 miles. I don't think we have any mega structure that's literally 2 miles long. So all religion, all of this stuff is just, we'll see what happens, man. But this kind of like tears a lot of people's beliefs straight up. Put it in a shredder. Just, it's gone, bro. Poof. It's gone.
world of what the fuck?
So this video is a long one, man. See, I've been dreading making this video here, but you ask and I shall deliver. You know, your request is your demand is my request, or, you know, promise is given, promise is delivered.
Hopefully these images come out soon and we find out what this thing is.
That is the bombshell that was dropped when talking about the 3i Atlas. That leads me on to another video. This is the information I found out so far.
Yo, I don't even know if I should end the video here, man. Let's see if I got anything else in the archive, in the chamber. So underground bases, not underground bases, under ocean bases, alien bases, 3 miles or 2 miles long. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tipsy right now, but essentially moving under the ocean. And yeah, what was, like we said, like 3i Atlas was like 13 miles long or something like that. Like, come on, bro. Like, oh my God, we're so insignificant. We're so insignificant. Did I do this one?
We just got our first official images of 3i Atlas as it flies by Mars.
Yeah, we did that. What's left, man? Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. So, well, we got a couple of different things. We got a couple of different things here. So we got 3i Atlas there.
Sorry to cut you off, sir. You received intelligence that suggests that there are perhaps deep water alien bases right now sitting on the ocean floor on this planet. Is that accurate?
I would say that's pretty accurate.
Can you go into more detail? How long have they been here? Where are they?
Well, extrapolating all this with my East Tennessee vernacular. So we've got five or six deep water areas of our oceans. We actually know more about the surface of the moon than we do about these areas. And these are areas where we have a high frequency of UFO or UAP sightings. We've had naval folks have told me pretty high up that they've actually tracked these things. Now, we have stuff that can go underwater probably 30 to 40 miles an hour, maybe something a little faster that the Chinese haven't stole from us yet. And we've tracked things big as a football field going 200 miles an hour. Now, I realize in the water you extrapolate that to knots and all that, but just for good old East Tennessee common sense, 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, we watched that, and essentially everybody in the comment section is like, release the Epstein files. Damn, that's crazy. Where are the Epstein files? He's probably on the Epstein files, man. Hey, maybe. Oh, okay. To tie it all back together, you know, I got another video I'm just dropping. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and edit that one, and then I'll release that too. But basically, there's a new observatory out of Chile that's observing within the first 10 hours of it being activated. It observes thousands and thousands of different moving objects using AI to be able to track different sizes and shapes of objects all around in our solar system. And essentially, it looks like there are a bunch of UFOs. Look.
This is a star. This is a galaxy. And this is a new object discovered by the Rubin Observatory's Space and Time mission. Here's another new object. And here's another. This new telescope was made to scan the sky, and within the first 10 hours of it being on, it discovered 2,000 new objects all moving in a swarm formation. Have you seen this video? This is the actual footage from the telescope. Look at all of these different objects. Tell me, are these just asteroids, just comets? Look how they're moving. So first we get 3i Atlas, then we get Swan R2.
This is literally a party, bro. They just need to really release the FLs. They're trying to distract us. I don't know what to believe anymore. So yeah, so this is gonna be in my other video. You need to watch that video. It's pretty good. It's pretty long. I took a lot of time and I put it together, you know, and it's really, I made it for you, you know what I'm saying? So really it's my gift to you. So I think you should watch it. You accept my gift. Go ahead and watch it, click it and view it. If you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on this video as well. come on, man, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to push about 1,000 subscribers at least so I can get some monetization on these videos. And you know, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for watching the video. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I respect you. I care for you. Thank you for coming in and dropping in to watch more of my content. And I'll see you on the next video. See you soon, homie. See you soon, homie.